Video that has emerged.
Whoo! Shout out to the citizens of Canada, all right? Letting Trudeau have it. Absolutely have it. As you guys know, well, I'm sure most of you know, Canada has gone, real far to the left. Real far. Okay? And, that was just a clip. Wasn't a violent clip or anything like that, right? Nobody touched anybody. He had a massive amount of security. Nobody touched anybody. All curse words were bleeped out, So it wasn't too crazy of a clip. It just really was people shouting, their thoughts and their opinions. But I found it funny because, he tries to always paint this picture that things are all sunshine and rainbows and, everything's good while he's just, taking things away from Canadian citizens. And, it was good to see, people standing up for themselves, right? Because Canada has gone real far left. And check out this next clip to prove it.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Shout out to Joe
Rogan. Did you see the
fucking
article today? There was a thing on the CBC, and it was talking about the word freedom, and that the word freedom is being used many times by far-right activists. Freedom. Here, I'll send it to you, Jamie, because this is so fucking... Canada is so fucking wild right now. It's such a like really crazy place. Here it is. Why the word freedom is such a useful rallying cry for protesters. The word has become common amongst far-right groups. So by putting that far right in there, far right, but like there's no indication whatsoever that those truckers in Canada were far right. A lot of those are working class people that just did not like the idea that they were being forced to do this medical procedure in order to keep their job. And so they label them as far right.
Yeah.
Trudeau personally labeled them as racists and misogynists. Just so he could disparage them.
Yeah.
Just so like whatever they say doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So this is what they're doing here with the term freedom.
That's all a part of the plan that we heard from the KGB Yuri Bezmenov. Was that his last name? Pretty sure his first name was Yuri. I think it was that video where they explained, that's one of the things that, the establishment does. They try to discredit you and call you, far right extremist and, terrorist or whatever. And, they throw all these labels on you. You know what the left does, to try to discredit you. Misogynist and, racist and phobe this and phobe that, to try to reduce the impact of your words because they've placed these labels upon you. It's literally the same script for the left. Every time you see you see them doing anything, it's the same song and dance, which
is like one of the most basic tenets for human rights. Your liberty as a human being, your ability to express yourself, your ability to talk about things, to protest, to do what you want.
That's what
Freedom
I mean.
is so fucking important.
Inherent in the idea of a free country is the right to protest.
Right.
They go hand in hand. That's why that headline is beyond parody.
But it's actually something that's being pushed on the CBC, which is really crazy.
Well, it's sinister.
Like they're setting you up for this idea that you requesting freedom, it's like
bad.
It puts you in the category of anti-vaxxers or racists or far-right people. It's just, these weird ways that mainstream media has fallen into labeling people in order to pass an agenda and pass this to.
Pretty soon you'll have people just willingly giving up their freedom. I mean, we already kind of do, but I mean, just like full on. Yeah, government decide for us. You know, I trust the government. I want to give them all of my personal freedom. Take me, government. Do what you want with me.
Put this narrative out there. But the fact that they're willing to do it with something that is so important, like freedom.
Like protesting.
Yeah.
Protesting is fundamental to freedom. So to say that using the word freedom is something that protesters use, you're basically, this is like
But not just
China
protesters,
stuff.
far right because you can have
Far-right
far left
protester.
protesters, and that's not being talked about. Like freedom is very fucking important.
They don't want freedom.
The fact that they're saying that there's an actual article disparaging the concept of freedom, it's really crazy. It's scary as fuck. And I never would have thought before the pandemic that would have happened to Canada. I thought Canada was this like really friendly, cool place where they kind of got it. Like Canada was kind of better than the United States, in my opinion. I would go up there. I'm like, people are friendlier. They're nice. It's like I would say with Canada, I always used to use this term. There's 20% less douchebags.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's like. But now under Trudeau, it's like it's become this very weird thing. Have you seen they're trying to push for a digital ID now?
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend, Anna Slats. She is the founder of Redux, that the website that does a lot. She covers a lot of the gender stuff because she's just like a feminist who's on it. And she's Canadian, and I asked her about this, and that there's no way I'm going to be able to. I would butcher her explanation, but she has a really interesting explanation for why Canada has gone in this direction. And I wish I was as smart as her and articulate, but I was
We'll
like,
try to paraphrase it. What do you mean?
It was
Trudeau's the
essentially something about the way that Canada was founded. So how I wish I could remember it. I just don't know enough about Canada.
Well, they don't have a First Amendment up there.
Yeah.
First of all, that's a giant factor.
But something
they
too
don't
about
have
how
freedom
it's
of
like
speech.
borderline corporate. It was interesting. I don't know enough about Canada, and I was reading it, and I told her she should.
What is her name?
Anna Slats.
Does she have an article about this?
I told her she should write one about it because I think it's a really important insight that she has, and she should put it out there. Because I was like, how? Because it seemed very liberal to me. So how is this what seemed like a very liberal, tolerant, open society slipped into what seems like totalitarianism, or slipping into it? They just seem like the entire culture is open to being like anti-freedom, which is strange to me. I always thought of Canada as like, hey, cool, man.
Well, they're being sold a pile of bullshit, and the pile of bullshit is you must give up your freedom in order for others to be equal. You must give up your freedom in order for society to function in the proper way. You must give up your freedom in order for things to be equitable and inclusive and fair. And it's horseshit. And it's a mind fuck. And it's a mind fuck that you hear coming out of the WEF, and Trudeau echoes it, and they say the right words and use the right phrases.
They dress it up to make it sound all sunshine and rainbowy and nice, and the thing that you should do if you love everyone, kind of thing. BS.
And at the end of the day, what's happening is you're going to lose your ability to protest. You're going to lose your ability to express yourself. You're going to lose your ability to have your say when things start moving in this general direction towards the centralized government being able to control various aspects of your life. One of the things that we found out during this protest, the trucker protest, was they froze their fucking bank accounts.
I know, that was nuts.
That is fucking nuts. I mean, that is some...
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. So, shout out to Joe Rogan, obviously. But yeah, I mean, demonizing the word freedom. Guys, listen. We're in the fight of the century. Because if we lose, not only do we lose, but, if you have kids, our kids lose, their possible kids lose, and every other generation beyond that. We're the ones standing in the way. And if we don't succeed, listen, I think it's the end. It's over with. Goodbye. We're going to be hooked up to machines and dropped off in some tube somewhere. The elites are going to walk this earth by themselves, with a bunch of robots that, make all the products and things that they want. And, we're just useless cannon fodder, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they'll just use us as, puppets or something for entertainment. I don't know. Obviously, I'm kind of joking there a little bit, but who knows, man? Who knows where that could go, honestly. But I don't want to find out what could possibly happen if we do lose. Not interested. I think next election is make it or break it. I think it's make it or break it. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. They demonized the word freedom, just so these zombies that live amongst us can say, take our freedom. Goodness gracious. I'm out.